You follow all the rules. You work hard. You try to save. You watch videos about finance, but you have this constant feeling that your money has a hole in its pocket. It seems that no matter how hard you try, no matter how much you apply what you learn, you keep spinning your wheels in the exact same place. It's an exhaustion that goes far beyond being physically tired. It's the exhaustion of fighting so hard just to never leave the starting line. What if I told you that your whole struggle with money has absolutely nothing to do with your ability, your talent, or your discipline? What if, in fact, all this difficulty is a sign of your greatest strength, refusing to play a game that isn't yours? This is a counterintuitive statement, I know, but it's the shocking truth behind what paralyzes you and the key to your financial freedom. Stay with me, because for a long time, I believed there was something terribly wrong with me. I remember once leaving an interview for a dream job with an incredible salary and feeling a knot in my stomach, an almost uncontrollable urge to run. My mind wanted the money, but my body, my soul was screaming a resounding no. I couldn't understand why I was sabotaging my own chances of having the success that everyone said I should want. What I discovered, and what we're going to explore together today, is the concept of the soul's alarm. Think of it as a protection mechanism, a kind of allergy to inauthenticity. It gets triggered whenever a path to making money violates your deepest values. Your stagnation and your financial blocks aren't a failure. They are an act of your soul's loyalty to itself. In this video, we are going to end your broke era for good. And it won't be with another complicated spreadsheet or with superficial tips. We are going to dive into the pillars for deactivating this alarm and transforming this sensitivity, which you saw as a problem, into your greatest and most powerful engine for prosperity. You will leave here understanding how to build a life of wealth with soul, one that makes sense to you. Often, the journey toward prosperity begins with an uncomfortable question. Why does it feel like a part of you simply rejects money? It's not about disliking comfort or security, but rather about a strange and deep resistance, almost a feeling of unease. The shocking truth behind this is that maybe you don't have a problem, but rather a defense system. Think of it as a soul's immune system, a mechanism that identifies and reacts to everything that is toxic to your essence. And this completely changes your relationship with money. This spiritual immune system is incredibly wise and is closely linked to your life's purpose. Just as your body creates antibodies to fight a virus, your soul reacts when it encounters environments, proposals, or energies that are not aligned with your soul's mission. This allergy you feel is actually a signal. It's telling you that the path being offered to make money is contaminated, that it will cost you your peace, your life force, and move you away from true wealth with soul. Think about that time you were offered a job that involved manipulative marketing that preys on people's insecurities. Remember that feeling in your gut? That was your soul's immune system screaming no, or the pressure to sell a product you don't believe in, feeling your energy drain with every argument. This apparent financial self-sabotage is, in fact, an act of self-preservation, a mechanism that prevents you from betraying your values to make money with purpose. The same thing happens in corporate environments that reward sucking up instead of competence. For many, especially for those we can call the chosen ones, staying in a place like that is unbearable. Their life force simply vanishes, and without that energy, it's impossible to build prosperity. This ends up creating limiting beliefs about money, like the idea that financial success requires you to become someone you despise, which generates huge financial blocks. Stay with me until the end, because understanding this diagnosis is the first step to ending the broke era. This sensitivity is not your weakness, it's your greatest asset, an integrity filter. The question that remains, and that you may have never stopped to consider, is, where does this system's programming come from? Why did it become so reactive? The roots of this sensitivity are much deeper than you imagine, often planted in soil you didn't even choose. The programming of your soul's defense system didn't just appear out of nowhere. It was installed silently, like invisible software running in the background since your childhood. We grow up with these programs dictating our relationship with money, forming limiting beliefs about money that now operate on autopilot. These are the so-called money scripts, narratives we learned from our parents, from our culture, and from our earliest experiences, defining what we believe is possible for us financially. This idea connects deeply with Carl Jung's thinking on how we absorb unconscious patterns from our environment. These scripts become part of our shadow, operating in the depths of our psyche and generating powerful financial blocks. They whisper rules like, money is dirty, rich people are dishonest, or, to have anything, you have to struggle for it. This programming creates an internal conflict, where your quest for money and spirituality feels like an impossible battle to win. I'll give you a personal example that might resonate with you. From an early age, I was taught to be the fixer of the family, the good one who was always ready to help, without ever asking for anything in return. The software installed in me said that my value was in serving and giving of myself, not in receiving. For years, this manifested as severe financial self-sabotage, because charging for my work or my time felt like a purely selfish act, a betrayal of the role I had learned to play. Now, reflect honestly. Did you also learn that to be loved, you had to be useful and quiet? That invisible software might be the very thing that stops you today from charging what you're worth, from promoting yourself with confidence, and from occupying the positions of power you deserve. It keeps you small, because the program says that your emotional survival depends on you not being a bother, not asking, and not fully receiving. Your life's purpose is held hostage by an old script. If this resonated with you, wait until you hear the next point. The most dangerous consequence of these scripts is that they convince us of a great lie, one that our society gives a standing ovation. They make us believe that our value is directly linked to our level of sacrifice, that exhaustion is a badge of honor. And it's this confusion between exhaustion and deservingness that keeps so many of us trapped in a cycle of hard work and few results. We now arrive at one of the most dangerous limiting beliefs about money, one that modern society sells as a virtue. The great lie that exhaustion is synonymous with deservingness. We were taught to glorify exhaustion, to see working while they sleep as a badge of honor. This mentality makes us feel guilty for resting, for having moments of leisure, convincing us that we will only be worthy of success if we push ourselves to our physical and mental limits. The best analogy for this is to think of yourself as operating like a leaking battery. You wake up and try to give it your all, striving to fill it up, but your energy is constantly escaping through countless holes, a lack of boundaries, the need to please everyone, projects that don't excite you. This constant drain is a subtle form of financial self-sabotage because, by operating in the red, you lack the clarity and the life force to create the prosperity you so desire. This will make perfect sense to you because I'll give you a personal example. For a long time, I firmly believed that if I was completely exhausted at the end of the day, it meant I had given my best and therefore deserved success. I used my fatigue as a bargaining chip, expecting life to pay me back with abundance. But the truth is, a mindset of abundance can't even sprout in the arid soil of burnout. The secret no one told you is that wealth needs energy to flourish. Trying to build prosperity from exhaustion is like forcing a plant to grow in a pot without water. It's a losing battle. True wealth with soul is not the fruit of extreme sacrifice, but of well-applied energy, joy, and creativity. The end of the broke era begins the very moment you stop trying to water your dreams with your own suffering and start nourishing them with vitality. So by equating exhaustion with worthiness, we end up blocking the very flow of energy that generates real wealth. We treat our sensitivity and our need for breaks as if they were character flaws, weaknesses that need to be eliminated. And what if I told you this is all wrong? What if this sensitivity, this allergy of yours to systems that drain you, is not a defect, but instead the key to making money with purpose, your greatest superpower in disguise? And this is where the major turning point happens. If you've identified with all of this, get ready, because what I'm about to tell you could change your perspective forever. This allergy to misalignment, This sensitivity that you've considered a weakness for so long is actually your most potent superpower. It's not a manufacturing defect. It's a sophisticated and precise integrity filter, a security system designed to protect your soul's mission and keep you on the path of your true life's purpose. Think of this sensitivity as your intuition speaking at a volume you can no longer ignore. It's a powerful internal compass that warns you of pitfalls and detours, steering you away from proposals that look good on paper but would cost you your peace. For those who seek more than just survival, for the chosen ones on their journey, learning to trust this compass is the most crucial skill. Ignoring it is to sign a contract for frustration and burnout, even if it comes with a good salary. To make this clearer, let's use an analogy. Your sensitivity works like a precious metal detector. While most people are desperately digging anywhere, spending enormous energy chasing after anything that glitters, your system is different. It has been calibrated to ignore the junk, the gravel, and the worthless metal. It only emits a signal, only beeps, when it detects the presence of pure gold. And that gold represents the opportunities that will allow you to build genuine wealth with soul. This gold manifests in various forms. It's the clients who value and respect your work, the projects that energize you instead of draining you, the partnerships that are built on shared values. By trusting your detector, you stop wasting your life force on fruitless excavations and start focusing your attention only where true prosperity can be found. That, my friend, is the foundation of an unshakable mindset of abundance. This will make all the sense in the world to you. Accepting this sensitivity as a tool is what finally allows you to unite money and purpose. The question that naturally arises after this revelation is, okay, I get it. My sensitivity is my compass, my gold detector. But practically speaking, how do I turn this filtering ability into real income streams, into concrete ways of generating value in the world without betraying myself? The big question now is how to apply this superpower in the real world. I'm going to present you with a map of 3 practical paths for you to start generating income in an aligned way, turning your sensitivity into service. The first path is monetize your curated knowledge. If you're the type who loves to research, dive into complex subjects and simplify them, this is for you. You can create a faceless YouTube channel, focusing only on your voice and content, a paid newsletter, or even an ebook, like I did when I turned my obsession with psychology into a guide for freelancers. The second path on our map is to become a solutions concierge. Many people and businesses today are overwhelmed with information and need help, but they don't want another pushy salesperson. That's where you come in. Your role is that of a facilitator, someone who organizes, researches, and finds the best solutions. For example, you could help therapists organize their academic research, or guide small business owners to find the perfect digital tools for their business, saving them time and headaches. It's an incredible way to make money with purpose. This concierge model works so well because it's based on trust and your ability to understand the other person's needs, not on aggressive sales tactics. You get paid for your curation, for your good taste, and for your ability to bring clarity to chaos. This allows you to build a business that nourishes your soul, focused on delivering genuine value. This is a true mindset of abundance in action, which naturally leads to prosperity without you having to sell your peace of mind. The third path, perhaps the most profound, is to build bridges with your empathy. Your incredible ability to feel and understand another's pain is one of the most valuable assets that exist. Here, the perfect analogy is that of a bridge. People don't pay you for hours of work. They pay you to cross a bridge. They are at point A, a place of pain and confusion, and they desperately want to get to point B, a place of relief and solution. Your service, your product, your content is that bridge, and your job is to build it with safety and clarity. These 3 paths, the curator, the concierge, and the bridge builder, are proven routes to finally unite money and purpose and declare the end of the broke era. However, wait a moment, because there is one tool, one single skill, that underpins all 3 of these models. Without it, even with the best intentions, you will end up overextended and attracting the wrong opportunities. And it is this tool, the most powerful and ignored of all, that we need to talk about now. We now arrive at the tool that holds the entire map together. The most powerful, most ignored, and for many, the most difficult of all, the courage to set boundaries. You can have the best strategy in the world, but if you don't know how to protect your energy, it will be useless. The central problem is our habit of saying yes to everything and everyone, driven by a deep fear of displeasing others or of losing an opportunity. But this indiscriminate yes is the perfect recipe for resentment, burnout, and the purest form of financial self-sabotage. Now pay close attention, because this will change your relationship with that concept. The secret no one told you is this: boundaries are not walls to keep people out. Boundaries are the outline of your most powerful yes. Think about that for a moment. When you clearly define what is not up for negotiation, your time, your values, your energy, your yes to the things that truly matter gains monumental strength and clarity. Your boundaries actually draw the shape of your self-respect. By doing this, you become a teacher. Calmly and confidently, you teach others how to value you and how they should treat you. You show the world that your time is precious, that your energy is finite, and that your talent has immeasurable value. Without these contours, your life force dissipates, your battery keeps leaking, and building wealth with soul becomes impossible. Boundaries are, therefore, the foundation upon which your prosperity will be built. And the best part is that you don't need an overnight revolution. The change starts small, with a single act of courage. Today, say a gentle no to a small request that would have overwhelmed you. Politely decline that low-paying project that you would only accept out of fear. Set a clear time to end your workday and respect it as if it were the most important appointment on your schedule. Start treating your rest as an investment in your mindset of abundance. Remember this: every no you utter to what drains you is, in fact, the most resounding yes you can give to your future. It's the final act that breaks the old financial blocks, as it signals to yourself and to the universe that you are ready. The end of the broke era doesn't start with more effort, but with more wisdom. It starts with the courage to protect what is most sacred, your own energy. Do you see it now? Your whole struggle with money was never about being incapable, lazy, or unlucky. It was your soul crying out for alignment. It was a mirror reflecting all along the deep need to belong to yourself before belonging to any job, system, or external expectation. Your sensitivity wasn't the problem. It was the compass showing you the way back home, to your own truth. Therefore, understand this once and for all. You are not behind. You have not wasted time. You were in training. Every no your intuition gave you was a lesson in integrity. Every frustration, every door that closed on the easy path was an invitation to a truer path, one more aligned with your essence. Your journey up to this point was not a detour. It was your preparation for what comes next. Your broke era doesn't end when your bank account changes. It ends the exact moment you decide, deep in your soul, that your peace of mind and your integrity are no longer negotiable. The end of the broke era is an internal decision, not an external event. The money, the prosperity, the wealth with soul, all of it is just a natural and inevitable consequence of this unwavering decision. To seal this decision and anchor this new energy right now, I want to extend an invitation to you. Go down to the comments and write the following affirmation: I choose to create wealth in alignment with my soul. Let's create a powerful wave of people who refuse to make money by going against themselves. Your declaration matters and strengthens not only you, but everyone who reads it. And finally, if this video brought you a glimmer of clarity or a breath of hope for your journey, please leave a like so that this message can find others who desperately need to hear it. And of course, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because our conversation about how to unite money and purpose and build a truly prosperous life is just getting started.